last we left off, you guys defeated another pack of skeletons, but our young half-elf decided he'd be more interested trying to find the love is from just a couple hours ago that she was heading to the Great Library. Are now standing in front of the Great Library along the way. Now you guys are in front of this building. Take it away.
It's the library then?
Yep. You are facing the library, the Great Library.
How big are we talking of this building?
This building stands at least 4 stories high. Almost like a dual cathedral kind of building.
So it's like pretty much the second biggest building I've ever seen this castle that I met the king. Awesome. Who of us can see in the dark?
I am half-elf after all. I have dark
Yeah.
vision in the dark.
Yeah, our half-elves have dark vision.
I forget, where do you see that?
It looks under features and traits.
Yep.
Features and traits.
Also, we have Terrafast with dark vision.
Do what?
Oh, yeah, there is dark vision.
Oh, I do.
What?
Okay, cool.
So the only thing I see is the sad human. You fool. Here's the thought. You don't know what we're into. And if that thing is taking refuge in here, then it's more likely that there's some sort of defenses set up. Can't just charge in willy-nilly and have, go in and then get hit by a skeleton or step on a splinter and die. So I think that we should have Oz go in, follow, and Natsu can take up the back, so that we can all spot ahead. And because you're probably in melee range, Oz, if you were to put light on your blade, then it would allow Natsu to be able to see him.
Okay, I light my blade.
All right, then Oz, you wanna open up our doors?
Yeah. So I walk up to these doors, give a quick look left, right, and up. If I don't see anything, I push them open carefully.
So as you push them open, you hear the just... You're met with the soft glow of the lamps inside for the readers and all the scholars in there, and you just see a couple heads poke out from behind bookshelves going, what? As they all see your sword that is lit up.
And trip it off anyway. If the eyes looking at me are, should be looking at me, or if they're undead, should be ready for battle.
No, the eyes looking at you are human and other races alike. They are, as far as you can tell from your divine sense, which is, you still have a few minutes left before it's done, there is so far no sense of any of the necrotic energy from the person you encountered.
Okay, then I decide to give a motion to the party to follow.
I follow.
I'll put my bow on my back and I'll follow.
You guys are follow more inside, and the people see that you're just adventurers. They return to their studies and putting the scrolls and leather-bound books away. Now that you are inside, you see just how big it is, all 4 stories high, with bookshelves packed to the brim.
That's a lot of books.
Go up to one of the elderly folk, and I'm just gonna see if I can get their attention.
So Terrafast walks over to one of the scholars sitting at a table with an open scroll. The scholar notices the presence approaching, just looks up at him. Hello, can I help you?
I will bow deeply to him, and I will say, my name is Terrafast of the Amber Fields. I've come from far away to join into the tournament that's going on. Are you aware that there are skeletons wandering around outside?
Ah, a contestant, you say? Oh, good sport, good sport. Skeletons, you say? No, not that I could see. It's a clear, bright morning out. What are you talking about?
I'm filing that away for later about it being a clear morning, and I will inquire of him if there has been a blonde half elf that has recently come by and started staying in or around the library.
There are many half-elves, most of them blonde. Did you happen to catch a name?
I wish. They were very rude to her, and she had to be. It was very annoying.
What was that? I couldn't hear you. You gotta speak up, okay?
I'm sorry. Yeah, no. We didn't catch a name because these people, I point to Osborne and Terrafast, these people were very rude to her, and they pointed their swords and crossbows at her, and then she disappeared, and I was just trying to get a name.
There's no need to lie, Selene. There was more than just a name that you were trying to get.
At that, I get really uncomfortable and walk off to the books. I just look at scrolls, walking through the aisles.
Hi, Shenny. Terrafast, you said, yes? Can you describe her other than the blonde hair?
Do any of you remember anything else about her? All I remember is that she seemed scared and she was blonde. That's all I got.
I have wandered off. I can't help you there.
Osborne, Natsu, you've both been quiet.
All I remember is that it was a elf and the hair and seemed scared, but it was really just a ploy. So got me on actual description. I was more concerned about it being a threat than, or like a threat or a trick than what she actually looked like.
You see the old man's eyes kind of slit to you, and he goes, "There's more. Meet me in the back room on the 5th floor in 10 minutes." He then rolls up the scroll that he was reading before Terrafast approached him, and he wanders off, excusing himself, bowing to all of you one at a time.
I will bow back and thank him for his time, and then turn back to the rest of the party, minus Selene, who is wandering bookshelves, and excitedly say, well, at least it looks like we have some kind of a lead.
I bow as well, and then continue to listen to Terrafast. Should we maybe look at the books first? See if there's anything there, or scrolls, or whatever? Maybe find some other information, or maybe just go follow the lead immediately.
Well, you were the one who had the most knowledge about whatever it is that made the deal. I would say if anyone would be looking at you. Natsu could join you as well, and I could hunt down Selene, because we have the same objective of finding his lost lady.
Meanwhile, I actually gain a lot of distance between my party and me, and I'm just still wandering the bookshelves, not actually looking for anything.
Great. Terrafast, make me a perception check. Natsu, make me a history check.
I got an 18 total.
Alright, so Terrafast, you immediately spot Selene just slinking himself in between the bookshelves, just moping.
I rolled a 16 for history.
And then, Natsu, you remember that there are books about the undead on the 3rd floor near the back, on the left side.
Do you guys wish to go look at the books about the undead? I know where they are, or would you prefer not?
We might quickly split up and go find each of the different areas that we're better at. Was I instructed to roll anything?
No, since you are kind of new to the area, you really haven't gotten a full grasp at where everything is in the Great Library.
Having spotted the young half-elf, I will run him down using my full movement to make sure that he cannot get away from me. And I will clap a paw onto his shoulder and tell him, "Chin up, bud. Looks like we might have a lead to at least find her. Whether or not she's evil is still up for debate, so ball's in your court."
Okay. I rejoin the party with that.
So, Natsu, right now, are you going to the section of the undead, Natsu? Or did you want to do something else?
It's important enough for me to go check it out, or is it not super important? If it's important, yeah, I'll go check it out.
I was gonna go see if there's any type of evidence. I was trying to read what the skill checks are, like exactly, so I know I have an idea of what I should be doing. And my perception's +5, so I was thinking I'd be looking around, see if there's any evidence of my half memory of what the creature was, if there's any evidence of it being here. So to clarify, like floors, walls, ceiling, doors, maybe kind of behind some books, in some books, just kind of wandering, but just kind of looking all around, really.
Did we ask anyone about the screams?
No, actually.
Okay. Pause for a second.
I go up to a random stranger, making sure it's a girl, and I'm going to ask her about the scream.
I'm just going to make sure that I'm still with him so that he doesn't embarrass himself further.
Sounds like a good idea. Okay, so for every floor that you guys go up, since there's 4 floors, you're going to make a investigations check for anything you think might be related or important to your encounter about it. So that investigation will include just like looking through the books really fast, or you might have seen like a footprint or something just looks out of place to you guys.
So we'll do that for this floor now, then.
Yep. So right now, unless you already went up to your designated section, you're still on the first floor along with Terafas and along with Osmorn. You and Osmorn are still on the first floor.
Yeah, no, I haven't gone yet, but I do have the intentions of going up to check it out.
I got a 13.
Got a 19.
So, with the 13, Oz, you don't really see anything out of the ordinary on this floor. So, you can feel free to just continue to look around or move on to the next floor. Selene, did I say which floor you were on?
I was still on the first floor, I think.
Okay. For you, my good young half-elf, you spot a lock of golden blonde hair dashing between the back of the library. Could it be that same lock of hair?
Is it the same one? I'm very good with this memory. Is it the same one?
It might be.
Does it have the same hair strands? The same rough
roll that.
It does.
History. Do I have to roll history or something like that? Perception?
Roll.
What are you making me roll?
Roll perception to see if it is the same lock of golden hair.
I rolled a 15.
You're not too sure, but either way, it is a lock of golden blonde hair. You are going to be dashing after it, yes?
Nah. If it's not the same one.
All right. As for Natsu, who got a 17 here, you, my friend, notice that one of the shelves is actually out of order. Nothing is like in the chronological order that you have grown up to know it to be.
I'm going to be a pain in the butt about it and try and fix it.
You are going to begin fixing the out of order bookshelf. as for Selene, since he did not chase after the lock of golden blonde hair that he saw near the back of the library, the attendant that he sees in front is a human girl. To his, she's around the age of 19. Kind of a oak brown hair with the beautiful emerald eyes and some freckles kind of dotted along her nose. Selene kind of like, what do you wish to do?
With reading glasses?
Could be.
Just yes or no?
No.
I'm very picky today. Anyway, now I'm just going to go up and introduce myself. I'm like, why, hello, my beautiful, darling mistress. I'm inquiring upon a sound I heard earlier today. It was a scream, and I followed it. Well, my party and I followed it around here. After my investigation, would you like to go out to eat?
I'd just like to remind everybody that I'm about 2 feet behind him while he's doing this.
One of the reasons I didn't say, "Oh, I keep an eye on everybody," because I knew you'd be on them. So thanks.
So she lifts her head up from reading the book that she's holding in her hand. She looks over at you, kind of gives you a couple up and down glances. No.
No to the screams?
I'm gonna take those 2 steps forward and put myself shoulder to shoulder with Selene. I will bow to her and say, "I'm terribly sorry, my lady. My name is Terrafast of the Amberfields. This is my colleague Selene Valence, and we are challengers of the tournament. While we were exploring the area, we heard screams coming from this general area. Would you have any idea where those might be coming from?"
And after you introduce me, I'm going to bow down, realizing I forgot to bow.
She turns her attention from Selene to Terrafast, and she goes, "Finally, someone with manners. No, I haven't heard any screams, but if they came from this direction, I'm sorry, I couldn't tell." She looks back
Yes,
at
well,
Selene.
thank you for your time then.
No problem. And as for you, it's just no all together. Just no.
I will gently corral Selene away from the clerk so that his silence can be somewhere not visible to her. Just try to give him a pep talk, just like, "It's all right, man. I mean, plenty of other fish, all that. You're already looking for a blonde, so it's all good."
And the bard
Speaking of
gets
blonde, I
rejected.
saw a blonde-haired girl walk that direction. Might have been the same one we encountered this morning. Maybe.
Did you want to take a look, or should? I mean, I don't mind either way. We already have our lead, but if you wanted to follow her,
A man can only handle so much rejections in one day.
I will blush at that, and I will turn and I will start heading towards the stairs to head to the next floor, beckoning Selene with me so that we can head towards the room that the man told us to meet him in.
I slowly drag my feet to the stairs.
As you were trying to say something?
I was just saying that the bard got rejected again. He said we're going to go to where the man said to me.
I mean, I was just taking Selene with me and letting you guys do research, see if you could find out whatever it was we were up against.
Oh, okay. Then in that case, I go to the next floor and continue searching.
So all of you make your way to the second level, and as for right now, Osborne just kind of stops at the top of the steps, while the other three, Natsu, Terrafast, and Selene, will make their investigation checks.
Isn't Natsu still reorganizing scrolls?
Oh, yes, yes. Natsu is still reorganizing the scrolls on the one bookshelf on the first floor. He finishes it up. A couple minutes later, steps back and looks at his work, and I'll let him take it from there.
What?
You are done with finishing correcting the scrolls on the bookshelf. You make your way up to
Yeah,
the second floor?
so I'm up there with everyone else?
Yes. So, Natsu, Selene, and Terrafast, please make, once more, an investigations check.
I got a 20 total.
Got a 17.
Right. And Natsu?
I got a 10, and all of a sudden I'm having a hard time hearing you guys again.
Oh, boy. Well, alright. So, as for Natsu's investigation, he doesn't see anything out of order on this floor, really. As for Selene, you know out of anywhere from your encounter with that young female half-elf whom you did not catch the name, you hear a giggle near the back of the library. And even though she was whimpering in your first kind of encounter from having the weaponry pointed at her, you for a fact know that this giggle belonged to her. And as for Terrafast, he actually has a little bit of a keener eye. He sees the young half-elf female running in between the bookshelf near the back of the library. He actually sees her go up to the third level.
Before Selene even takes a step in that direction, I am going to plant a paw on his shoulder and just tell him, don't. Not yet.
But, she said, but.
No, not yet. Not yet. Once we find everything out, then we can see about talking to her.
Long sigh, fine dad.
I will also point her out to Oz and Natsu, and I will tell Oz specifically to see if he can try to keep an eye on her from a distance, at least her general whereabouts, while Natsu is doing his research.
So,
I can do that.
I'm going to quickly roll a D for Oz, because the actual player here is AFK. He sees her as well, as you point her out, giving bonus. He just gently nods his head to you. He will, for right now, just follow you guys to the next floor, or if you guys want to poke around the second level here.
What floor did the scholar guy tell us to meet him on?
The 5th floor, near the back.
Then yeah, I'm still gonna be heading up to the next floor.
I follow very quickly. Like I'm in front of him very quickly.
Alright, so you guys find the nearest staircase to the 3rd level. You walk up the staircase, and once again, you're greeted by more books. Make your 3rd of 4 investigations checks.
Did I go up with them?
Yes, you did.
I rolled a modified 20.
18.
17 plus 4, so 21.
Whew, got some high rollers here. Okay, so for Selene Valence here, rolling with his modded 20, not only do you hear the giggle once more, you actually spot the young half-elf female from before making her way to the 4th level. Natsu, as you're taking a look around, you recall the 5th level, but there are only 4 stories to this great library. Terrafast, you see the young half-elf female darting to the 4th floor. What are you guys going to do now?
Well, I'm going to let everyone know that the guy that said to meet us on the 5th floor was wrong, because there are only the 4 floors.
Maybe only 4 official floors. It's probable that they have a 5th floor that they actually use for the scholars. Not public access, if you will. I'm also going to immediately, once again, clap a paw onto Selene just to make sure he doesn't go anywhere.
I just rolled an athletics check. Like, before Natsu could say anything, I'm literally just running. I rolled a 17 for my athletics.
Alright. Terrafast, make a quick check.
Strength or athletics?
We'll do both.
That's not fair.
I mean, it's actually the same number, so it's a 19.
Alright, Selene, what is your athletics bonus?
A +0. I rolled a 17.
Alright, I'm going to give you a +2 because of your excitement, and you just narrowly evade Terrafast. You see his paw like reaching for your shoulder to pull you back, but you spiral, like straight spiral your way out of reach and just keep going. And you disappear up to the 4th floor.
The only thing that could be heard from me last was, "Wait, we can help you."
I am going to take off in a sprint directly after him. My speed is 35, so I don't think you can actually get away from me.
My speed was a 30. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Nope, I got nothing.
So eventually, Terrafast, you do catch up to Selene. You're both up on the 4th floor, and Selene is stopped about 10 feet ahead of you as he's like frantically looking at where she went. Both of you guys roll me your 4th investigations check, and Natsu, what are you gonna do?
I'm gonna stick around on the 4th floor and go look for the stuff about the undead.
Alright, so you're on the 3rd floor. You make your way over to the right-hand corner near the back. 4th bookshelf in middle on the 3rd row is the gigantic book of the undead. All facts and figures from 3 centuries. Alright, Selene and Terrafast, what are your rolls?
I got a 15.
I got a modified 20.
Good
Is the
gravy, Selene. What
programming
is your
allowed to
investigation
do this right
modifier?
now? A +4. This computer programming is being weird. It's giving me really high numbers. I'm not going to argue with it, but...
Okay, so you see the young half-elf female disappear through a wall near the back. Again, she's kept herself to the back of the library. You see her disappear through a wall. Like, there's a bookshelf in front of that wall, there's a stone wall behind that bookshelf, and you just see her disappear behind it. And all Terrafast sees is you just going, "Wait!" as you bolt off once more.
I also yell behind me, "Natsu, if you find anything about exorcism, tell me."
And all Natsu hears on the 3rd floor is, "If you find anything about exorcism, kill me!" as the echo kind of distorts your saying as you're running.
Can I use my reaction to try to grapple him?
Yes, you can. Make a strength check. And for Selene, make me an acrobatics check. Athletics check.
Okay.
21.
Well, this doesn't seem right. I rolled a 15.
Alright, so Terrafast leaps and tackles Selene to the floor in a and then you just like feel the wood of the floor kind of like rubbing across your chest as you skid a couple feet. And so you are now grappled by Terrafast, Selene, and what are you gonna do?
Wait, get off me. Wait, stop it. I need to stop her before she leaves.
She's going upstairs. She literally can't leave unless she's jumping out the window, in which case that's unfortunate. You're not going to be able to get her anyways. While I have him pinned...
I'm back.
Welcome back. While I have him pinned, I'm going to try to use my rope and see if I can tie a secure knot around his waist and then hold on to it myself so that he can't get too terribly far from me.
Okay, and with that, for that, make me a sleight of hand check while Selene tries to make me sleight of hand check.
Nah, I'm gonna let him do it. I'm gonna like wiggle around to make it difficult, but I'm gonna let him do it. Yep.
Okay, I'm just gonna tie him up. It's not like to restrain him. It's literally just to make sure that I can make sure he doesn't sprint ahead without us. And I'm gonna tell him, we literally have no idea what's back there, and we just saw something that Oz and I have both noticed to be evil. Go back there. You want to charge in alone and die? Because I was thinking we should go and get the rest of them before we go in there.
Take a bit to think about this. Take a little bit longer to think about this. Yeah, you're right.
And I'm gonna get off of him, and I'm gonna let him go at his own pace. I'm not gonna actually be dragging him by the rope or anything. It's just gonna be a last resort sort of thing. We're gonna head back down. And
wait, is my hands behind me? Is that what I tied?
Oh no, I didn't tie your hands. I literally just tied it around your waist.
You just tied a rope like a belt?
Yeah. Just in case you try to run, I can grab it.
A child safety belt?
I mean, when you're dealing with children.
Okay. I untie it.
Yeah, that's fine.
I'm just laughing now. I'm like just untying, like, what the heck is this?
And I'm actually going to now turn my back on Selene, and I'm going to head back downstairs and see if I can find Oz and Natsu. And, I'm just going to see what happens.
Alright, so Terrafast, you make your way back down the stairway, back turn to Selene. You manage to find Natsu and Oz near the right side, looking at the big book of the undead. They're still flipping through the pages, trying to find the creature that Oz saw near the end of your guys' first encounter with it. Alright, Selene, are you going to try to do anything?
Yeah. Oz.
Are you going to try and do anything now that Terrafast's back is turned?
I'm going to go down one step, sit down, fold my arms, and just pout.
You do so.
Throwing a tantrum, I see. Throwing a tantrum, I see.
You don't see anything. You walked away. You didn't even look back. I'm just back here waiting.
Alright, Oz, now that
Anything catch my eye, though?
Did you make... You only...
I'm just looking around. I'm just sitting here pouting, looking around.
Alright, for that, make me an investigations check while I have Osmorn make a history check to remember the description of the creature that he met the first encounter, that is the young half-elf female.
I rolled a 12, plus 2 means 14.
Alright. So, the details are just a little fuzzy, but as Natsu flips the next page, you're like, that's it, right there. And then as for Selene, you just see people walking about, putting scrolls back on the bookshelf. So, turning back to Oz, Natsu, and now Terrafast as he walks up to the two bookworms here. He sees Osmore just both hands on this giant book, just staring at this page. Natsu is just like, what the heck is wrong with you? This whole, like, description of this creature takes up pages in front of you. It is just like this shadowy creature with red eyes. No, like, full physical descriptions, but it is just, all it says is Reaper, contracts, time, and payment in its little description. For it, like, its full physical description, it just says unknown.
It just says unknown, and then there's not much detail in the page.
Nope, just a giant, like, black scribble with two shapes that are posed to be eyes.
Is there anything that says that there's any relation to this creature? Like, oh, this creature's kind of like this creature that I could go look into?
Near the bottom, you see Crossroads Spectre, page 278.
The Crossroads Spectre?
Yeah.
Who's standing next to me?
Natsu and Terrafast.
Yeah, I just showed up.
If they didn't see, I say, hey, wait, look at this. You know, I point to the page, it has nothing. And then I just point to the Spectre and show them basically what I'm saying.
I'm gonna just tell the party, I'm gonna say, we know where the 5th floor is. We watched our target, I suppose, walk through a wall. So I believe that would be where we need to go. And I will take the book, use a finger to bookmark the spot, and I will run it back to Selene so that I can show him that this thing doesn't have a physical description, so it is possible that this is some kind of possession.
Great, they can phase through walls. Goody goody.
To be fair, you're just showing me, right?
Yeah, I'm showing you and I'm telling you, like, look, we think this is what she is, but there's no physical description. There hasn't been any actual description like that. So it's possible that this is some sort of evil spirit that is possessing her, and we might actually be able to exorcise it.
So, question. With her abilities, is it possible that she's actually been watching us without us knowing it this whole time? Or the creature has been?
I mean, it's always possible.
Well,
It's unlikely, though.
Well, Terrafast, with the first encounter, as you and Osmorn were paying attention to her speech, you know that you are part of the 64 souls that are required for the said payments for the land to stay prosperous. So with Natsu asking that question, that little bit of information does come back to your mind.
I'm going to wait at the top of the stairs for Osmorn and Natsu to join us. Hunker down on the step right next to Selene.
I guess I should say that when Terrafast dashed off, I didn't run with him, but I was walking in his direction to still try and follow. So basically I'll be there momentarily after he sits down.